so do you mind if I speak without the mic? You can hear me, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah, my name is Peter, and I'm from Sweden. I work for a company called Brandon, and I'm going to talk to you about mainly two specific areas in how we work with nopCommerce. And the ones are how we have customized nopCommerce to just like Irvine company it has done in some ways, and how we deal with working with customer roles. So to get started, I think I have to explain some things about our company and how we work. We started out as a logistics company in 1987, and not long after that we began working with brand merchandise for companies. Yeah, during the years we have come to work with some really good big world-class brands, and that's what I'm going to talk about. So we have two main areas in which we work. We use brand merchandise, like you see on the picture. It's branded water bottles, USB sticks, watches, Bluetooth, keyboards, and when you got here yesterday, you got your bag with also with branded merchandise. So that's pretty much what we do. And according to the customers, we always have a deal where we produce a web shop for them, where they can sell their materials and brand merchandise. And we have different setups. We sell to B2B, business to business, business to employee, and business to consumer. So that's the brand merchandise part. We also have retail support, where we sell store material to physical stores in Sweden and all over the world. It's like, you can see, signs, tape, mannequins, all kind of store material, receipt rolls, and etc. So we also do web shops for this, where the personnel in the physical stores, when they maybe are running out of receipt rolls, they go to the web shop and they order new material. So those are our two main business areas. And our vision is, of course, to grow the company and to become the European leader in brand merchandise. Hopefully, someday we're getting there, I suppose. And we are a global company. We have offices in Gothenburg, Stockholm, Shanghai, and Hong Kong. We have warehouses in Sweden, China, and the USA. And we also have strong partners in Russia, USA, China, Canada, Japan, and the UK. So the main business is, and also when I say become European leader in brand merchandise, we have our biggest warehouse in Sweden, Gothenburg. We ship the main portion of our stuff. And we also have customer services at the location in Sweden, China, and Hong Kong. And we help our customers with order entries and logistics support, web shop support as well, where the bugs get to my table, and also claims and return management and product support as well. So this is some of our customers today. We have Intersport, Puma and Saint Laurent are retail support customers where we sell to their physical stores over the world. So, how do we do e-commerce? We have, I will speak about these points quite fast before we go on. We have an integration with our ERP system, and we use finally the same code base for all shops. We have in the previous, as I've heard among other people here, struggle with making changes to the source code and then upgrading. So when I started at Random, we had, I think, 3 different versions of nopCommerce, and now we are running all shops on an old version, 2.8, and but we are finally there, and I think now when we are finally there, I want to get to the newer versions, maybe 3.8, or maybe I should wait to 4.0 to make it really up to date again. So yeah, as the problem is for everybody, in this customized version we have been customizing it for 3.5 years, so there's a really lot of custom code which has to be moved over to the new version. And then we are using CDN for storing our images and files. We have built our own shipping web service API to calculate shipping. And we also have moved the string handling and the text of the web shops outside of nopCommerce. And I will explain why later. We also have an external API for duty calculation. And we are currently running 12 different web shops. And by the summer, it will probably be 15. So getting there. So the ERP integration, we have built a web service for communicating with our ERP system, and just like previous speakers mentioned in an example, we hardly manage any product information in nopCommerce. The only thing that we manage in nopCommerce is the descriptions of the products. So everything else, stock quantity, text codes, UNFPSC codes, and everything comes from the ERP system. So this is really nice to, because we always have all the information before the products are launched in the ERP system, and then we just have a published web. And when you push that button, the product gets pushed to the web shop. So it's also very easy to do bulk upgrades of products.
So the more way to nopCommerce and update the titles of descriptions.
Yeah, the descriptions is handled by nopCommerce. So everything else is in the ERP system.
So you have to go there and update it there, or somehow
You mean the product text, or yeah, you have to log into the administration page and enter the description. So
just could you not somehow do it through ERP system?
Yeah, probably could, but yeah, I don't think they have a need for having that description in the ERP system. I mean, it's more like the description for the product is more like for the end consumer in the web shop. So yeah, maybe we could implement it, but there haven't been any need for it. And yeah, and category mappings is also done in the shop, nopCommerce. And the integration runs every minute, so it's to date. And as I said, we have the same code base for all shops. And this is really good. When we develop a new feature for one customer, all the other customers get that functionality as well. If we want to update them or enable the function. And this is there is some pros and cons with this one, because there is after 3.5 years there is so much functionality, and we have a lot of settings in the settings table which enables and disables functions. So the code, and both the C# code and the views get quite fragmented the more we customize the code. So, but then again, the same functions and one code base is really a good thing. Yes.
Do you also use the same theme for all of the stores?
No, we have one. We build custom themes for every store, and that's also kind of a problem where because we don't. I mean, we are a team of 3 persons in the shop team, and I am the only developer. We have one database and the integrations guy, and we have another testing and administration person. So updating and managing custom views for every customer would have been impossible. So, which means that we have a basic layout which we are trying to stick to, and then we try to do all modifications via CSS. So, and it's been working so far. So it's a really good thing. And we also keep our images sending out of nopCommerce. The problem arose when we at one time had 3 shops with the same product, and which means that if you don't update the pictures, you have to do it 3 times, and that didn't work. So we thought of a solution and used the content delivery network in Azure, and I have written also an image rescaling application in WPF, which we use to scale images and upload them to Azure. So we have different shops have different sizes of images. So when you want to populate images for let's say Microsoft site, you choose Microsoft in the drop-down, and then you just specify what folder your images are in, and you click a button, and the program rescales the base image in maybe 5 different resolutions. And then you just press upload, and everything goes up to the CDN. Which means that the shop is here and the CDN is here, so we have no connection between the shop and the image. So we have built a JavaScript function which based on the product number. We have like product numbers with 7 numbers dash the color code, and the images are named in that way. So which means I have maybe the 7-digit product number and the color code for black. That is the base image, and then we just look for that image, check the image on the CDN. If it exists, we display it. And then we also have the ability to have underscore 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, etc. So all images are mapped to the CDN automatically based on the product number. So in the drop-down box, if you choose white, then the JavaScript looks for the 7-digit product code and the color code white don't change. So we have no physical connection between the images. It's done via JavaScript. That's really good, I think.
Question.
Yeah.
Do you have the images when you are creating the products in the ERP, or you can also have image on the web store?
No, we have actually we have the same functionality in the ERP system. So the thing about this is that the e-commerce team don't want to be bothered by handling images. So we let them, the person that is responsible for the product catalog keeps track of the images and uploads them, etc. So, and also the CDN is also good for geo-replication. If you're sitting in South America and browsing the web shop, the images are fetched from CDN in South America. So faster loading also. We also have built our own shipping API, which is not handled by the IT guys either. The logistics department are handling the shipping API, which is basically an MVC website where you update shipping costs. So, but based on different parameters, we supply the shop makes a request with different parameters, then we get the response back. And this makes us makes it possible to, if we would like to have the same administration for shipping for every shops, the same handling interface. And we also have, because as we come into later, when it comes to B2B and B2E and B2C, we have maybe also we have different shipping costs based on what customer type you are. So we also have implemented markups based on the shipping, just like in nopCommerce, where you can lower or higher the price for different customer groups. Yeah. And we can also administrate, if you, I can mention this as well. The parameters to the shipping API is we have a shop ID, we have a customer type, we have a weight of the complete order, and we have the volume, and we also have the order value, the destination address, and from which warehouse the order should be sent. So based on these parameters, we can, for example, make free shipping available if the order is over 100 euros or so. So that's also managed in the shipping administration. Yeah.
Do you use the ERP warehouse capabilities to do all of these shipping rules, or you create from scratch? Or?
Yeah, we create them from scratch. So, I mean, the shipping costs are maybe updated once or twice per year, and the logistics department then goes into the administration page and updates the costs, or ask us to make the changes in the database.
This work as a middleware or works in the web store?
It's in the middle. I won't go into the details, but we have for example, when the shop talks to the ERP system, it isn't directly between them. We have a service called Mule in the middle, which some of you may have heard of, which translates all the different messages from all places and keeps track of the communication. And the next thing which we have built out of nopCommerce is Spring resources and small text in jobs, because the same thing is when it comes to the IT department not wanting to do stuff that's not really our business. We have the what should I call it? Those who are responsible for the customer just logs into the string resource website and search for text or adds new text, and then it's also fetched via web service to the shop. This makes it easy for us to update all if you want to make a change in all web shops. Just update this master database and all those strings are published in the shops. Also when we build new plugins, for example, the plugin resource texts are also entered here, which makes it available in all shops. After that, so when we install the plugin in the shop, the texts are fetched from here.
It's more private. When you install a new version of the plugin, and the text is not out in the plugin, in the local plugin, then the new install.
Yeah, and also we have the ability to set a text for one shop, or we enter the shop ID, which means if the Intersport shop is ID 500, okay, we want another text for the Intersport shop. Okay, click new, enter ID 500, and type in the string resource name and whatever the value you want, and it gets published to the shop.
And you use this only for plugin or for complete for localization?
Yeah.
Regulation?
Yeah. We have about, I don't know exactly, about 10 or 12 different languages. And then those specific languages are just in some shops. I mean, Salomon has Korean, Japanese, Chinese, the Volvo shop has different Dutch, French, Italian, and so on. So it's a really good help. Also, when you have send text to the translation agency, and you get it back, you just import them here into the database. Then they get pushed out to all the shops. So it's a really good time saver. We also have built a plugin for external duty calculation, which means that the problem arose when customer service got so many calls about what will the duty cost be for this order, and then they had to go to the website and type in the text codes from the duty codes from the ERP system, and which made the call really long. 5 minutes. Oh. Okay, I won't be able to make it, I think, but I'll try to skip on.
Okay. No questions.
Yeah, no question. So we built this duty calculation plugin with help from an external API. I think if you go to dutycalculation.com, there is describing the service, and we just send the tariff codes to this API, and we get the result back.
You send the where tariff number and price, or the amount?
Yeah. So we get a very detailed response back, which we normally we just display a summarized view of the duty cost, calculated duty cost, because it's not always true. And this is just a summary of what I've been mentioning: the ERP system, the Azure CDN, and the new resources, chicken API, and duty calculation. So these are the setups we have for our shops. I've got to hurry up. we always set up a shop using these 3 customer roles. They symbolize B2B, B2E, and B2C. And of course, we have different prices for B2B and B2C, and also B2E. And we use markups, discounts, and tier prices for B2B customers. We also have different content based on which customer role you belong to. We also have, like Andre told yesterday, we have no ACL on topics, but we have managed that, built in that ourselves. Also, we have different menu items based on customer roles, different product categories, and in some cases, put ACL on product as well.
If I have the same product for 2 different customer roles, will the product description be the same for both?
Yeah, it will.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. We haven't seen any meaning in having different product text based on different customer roles. Not yet anyway. Well, maybe in the future. We have also built some plugins. I will go through just a few here. When you get to the Volvo Collection store, you are presented with a pop-up, the classic one for shops selling to B2B and B2C. Usually it's used for displaying prices including VAT or excluding VAT. So when you click here, you'll see different prices. When you click the button, you are assigned that customer role. Yeah. And also we have an employee discount in the Volvo Cars shops. So if you enter your email address, you get assigned a specific discount customer role. And this is using a regular expression the C to manage. Yeah, the discount is connected to the employee discount customer role. And if you put in your correct email address, it checks, and if it's correct, it applies to the customer role, which in turn applies to the discount as well. Yeah, we also have some more advanced plugins. I don't think we have time to go through it in the detail I would like. But we have for the retail stores, the physical stores, we have also always had the problem that people that are ordering from the shops are not budget responsible, which means that they are not allowed to buy whatever they want. So there will always be a person that approves their order. So if I have a store employee which orders maybe a lot of mannequins, which are quite expensive, then the approval user can go to the shop and, oh, that's not right. You only need to change the quantity and update it.
So it's an integrated line management.
Yeah, you can say that. When the ordinary user, the buying user, puts items in the cart and checkouts, an email is sent to the approval user, and the order gets status to be approved, and there is a message going to the ERP system to hold the product, so they won't go to stop. And then in hopefully 1 or 2 days, the order gets approved, and the order status changes, and the order is sent to the ERP system. Yeah, and sent. So yeah, go through this. So yeah, this is where we also also have a super user, but I won't go into that detail here. You have to hurry. Yeah, this is where. So this is the approval screen. So you can see here we have some orders here, orders and products, and the super user or approval user can edit the order. They can approve the order request or sorry,
Or reject, yeah.
reject, yeah. Yeah, yeah. And resolution. And if you click the edit button, these fields are editable. And you can also remove order rows as well. So, any questions? I have to skipped 5 pages at the end. Yes?
Who keeps the stocks here? Is it your own cost you keep it stock?
Our own cost?
Yeah. Who keeps the stocks of merchandise in the project?
Yeah, we have the order management system that keeps track of the stock quantity, if that's what we're doing.
Do you keep it on your own cost or do you keep it for the customer? The brand merchandise, the products itself?
Yeah.
Who keeps it? You
Yeah,
keep it in your warehouse at your own cost?
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, we have the warehouse, and the warehouse system sends stock quantity to Mule, and Mule sends it to the ERP system, and the ERP system sends it to the shop. So that's the flow. Any more questions?
Is it complex to have B2B capabilities and B2E capabilities to nopCommerce?
No, I don't think so. And that's the way that's why we like nopCommerce so much, because it's really easy.
All of this in terms of, for instance, to define the kind of user, this comes from the ERP.
Yeah.
To read between trade agreements, user accounts.
Mm.
So it's all about your API that manage all of this.
Mm. Yeah. We have different kinds of information going between the shop and the ERP system. There is the products, as I said. We have implemented companies as well in nopCommerce, not just affiliates, that was in the 2.8 version. And we sell stock quantity and customers. So those are the things that
Real time? Or
yeah,
batch
1
process?
1 minute. 1 minute, once every month. Okay. Any more questions? Okay, thank you very much.